gosh, I can't stop talking. Thomas John is here, and he is known as the Manhattan Medium, and you have a new book out. I want to talk to you about so many things, but I promised we would get this in. Never Argue with a Dead Person, your first book. Love the title. Tell us what it's all about.
You know, it's really stories about the afterlife, and it's stories about me connecting with people who have passed away and giving messages to someone that's here who needs an answer, whether it be for closure, whether it be for curiosity, whether it be that they're trying to move forward in their life and need an answer from someone beyond. So it's all different stories, and you know, you might think, you know, why am I going to read a book about other people's dead people? But it's every story I try to put in there has a universal message for everybody.
Right. Particularly, I read about one, was it a woman who was suicidal? And you connected with her ex. Was it the fiance who had passed?
Her fiance, yeah.
Oh, obviously not an ex-fiance, but her fiance passed, and that helped her move on.
Yeah, I mean, she was really stuck, and actually had come to me. You know, in the book I talk about this, she had come to me really just, she wanted to hear about her love life. And she specifically told me when she came, you know, I don't want to hear it from any dead people. That's not what I'm really into. And then this message came through that was just so strong, I had to share it with her. And so it just, you know, that's the course that took, and it was really powerful for her.
With all of these, the people that you see and the energy you get from the different people you come into contact with, how were you able to narrow it down to these stories? Was it difficult?
I tried to choose a lot of stories that showed variety. I tried to put in some stories where I struggled a bit, because this is a gift, but it also can be difficult. And I wanted to really give an honest showing of what it is like to live daily with disability. And I wanted to share stories that I felt were universal in a way, and that people could take something from it even if they didn't have that maybe particular circumstance.
I bet one of the biggest general question you get is what happens after you die, and do you go into that a bit here?
You know, it's alluded to. There's a lot of messages about that, and some of the spirits come through with wisdom about that. My kind of line for that or comment about that, I always tell people I've never been dead, so I don't have all the answers, but what I can ascertain is that, you know, life continues after death, and that we do learning here, we do learning there, and you know, it's really a circle of life in that way, and the love connection that we have here, it continues on from the other side, and sometimes it's even from people we might be surprised that we would have a connection with still, or that step forward that want to guide us.
For instance, when you read me, we talked about some things that the people I wouldn't have thought of. Right. Grandpa John, who was my dad's step-grandpa, and you knew what he looked like. So sometimes you see these people? Yeah,
sometimes I see, like, you know, we were talking about earlier, like in the segment, I could see, you know, I could see her uncle around her. And then sometimes I'll just hear a voice. Like, I couldn't really physically see Lee's mom, but I could hear something from her that was like she wanted to tell her son something.
Wow. I bet you get a lot of reactions. We were talking about this during the break. Is it usually an emotional reaction? Are people scared? Is it disbelief, or all of the above?
I mean, I think everything. I mean, I think for some people, you know, the one thing I know is that it makes people think about things, you know, and so when that validation comes through, that's very clear that there's a connection, you know, there's, you know, people start to think about a lot of different things.
Absolutely. Okay, where can people see you if they want to get a copy of the book this weekend?
I'll be actually at Barnes & Noble on Saturday in West Bloomfield, and they're at 2 o'clock.
Okay. Tomorrow, April 4th, 2 to 5 for a book signing. Thank you so much for coming in. I wish we could give you your own morning, but we've got to move on. Have a safe trip, and good luck on your book.
Thank you.
All right, Dina.